Hey everyone, this is Val, and I am with Married and Gaming Together. Unfortunately, Kitten is not going to be in this video. It's going to be a quick tutorial on how I built my, I call it the Powerline camp, and essentially it's the best I could do to recreate, in my eyes, something similar to the Seattle Space Needle. So. I'm going to show you what the camp looks like real quick, and then I'm going to jump over to my event camp, which I just destroyed and scrapped everything, so I can show you how I got to this, how I managed to build it. Alright, so here we go. Alright. And first of all, in order to build as high as I did inside of the pylon, I had to place my camp, build up several, I think it was 3 or 4 floors, 3 or 4 levels, and then I was able to do the, what is it called? The trick to replace your camp at a higher level. There's lots of YouTube videos on how to do that. Just look one of those up, like I did, and you can recreate, build as high as you want. Essentially, the point of doing it this way, the reason I only went up one additional camp budget is so that I could actually build down. I wanted to be able to build stairwells, essentially, to get to the top of it, because it would be pointless if nobody could get to it, and I want to keep it somewhat kind of, realistic. But, alright, so this is the outside of it. The trick to building this camp is that it's all the way, thank you, on the edge of my build area. Okay, so this is the build line, and as you can see on the build line, there are, it's like little straight areas with corners. It's not a circle so much as it is a mini-sided circle. Alright, so what I did is I built from the edge here all the way up, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that. Alright, and now we're going to go over to that pylon there. Let's see here, and go to my event camp. Alright. I can show you how I build it. Or at least how I built the circle. You really can't, I don't know that you can make a prefab circle as wide as this, considering it takes up the entire outside of the build area. Okay, here we are. And alright, as you can see, there are, it's higher here than it is down there. When I would run into that problem, the best solution I found, like I'll start with the high side with the regular foundation, and then when this becomes problematic and doesn't want to place properly because of the how the limit on how high you can place it, I switch to one of these. What I'll do is I'll start with wherever this is at the time to make sure that they line up. This is the exact same height as a half wall. So all you have to do to compensate is just use a half wall to basically make the same length as a full wall. We'll show. I don't need to grab that. I'll just use this one and walls. Yeah. As you can see, it is the same height. So using that principle is how I managed to work on a slight slope. Over there were some pretty big gaps that made it difficult. But let me remove all this. I'm not going to need that again. Alright, where is the best area over here? I haven't even really looked at any of this as of yet. Okay. Normally I would start over here at the highest level and work my way around. But I'm going to start, because it's more clear over here, I'm going to start on this side. So what you do is once you figure out you got the height and everything that you know, you're going to want to build at and whatnot. If you're building on a pylon, it's definitely helpful to center your camp as much as you possibly can. It's kind of difficult to do. I ended up spending quite a bit of caps replacing my camp over and over again to get mine centered just right for myself, but I'm a nitpicker. It may not matter to you as much. But anyways, back to the important part of this tutorial, the one part everybody wants to know how I did. Okay. So I get this lined up the best I can with the corners. Alright, as you can see, there's a corner there. Corner there. So it doesn't look too bad. I'd move it over just a little bit. Like say so. That's probably too much, to be honest. Yep. Way too much. And I tend to overdo it a lot. Alright, let's see here. That looks pretty good. And that looks pretty good. Alright, you'll see there's a little gap in between there. Not a big one. In order for the walls to be touching, there has to be a slight gap. Let me try and finagle this a little bit. Me and my perfectionism. Okay, that's gonna have to do. Alright. So once we get to this point, build a door. I prefer the all steel prison looking doors, cage doors. And once you've got that built, you can then take the floor and slide it to either side and reline it up. The reason what I'm doing is I'm holding on Xbox I'm selecting it, holding A, the place button, and then using my toggle, where is it? There it is, to move it from side to side. And basically that keeps it from moving up or down like it'll do sometimes if I take it and just slide it over. You'll see that it's not the same level as it was. And if you want your walls to be the same height, you'll want to make sure everything stays on the same level. And the way I did that is I grabbed it, held it in place, slid it to the one side, and then placed it again. Alright, and that's not, it's almost never going to be perfect when you first place it. Obviously, you have to finagle it. And I try not to move my character while I'm moving it. I use that same, I just position my character where I want it, kind of move it around, tilt it if I need to. Alright, so we're definitely too close. Alright, that looks pretty good. Alright, do whatever you need to do to kind of get it where you want it, but fantastic. Duchess, stop it. was very distracting, but cats tend to be, and not all of them like to play with each other. It's okay, Loon Loon. You can lay down, baby. Alright, select that. Nope. I want to turn it a little bit. Get it to turn a little bit. Alright, and as you see, I try and line up the corner with the wall, the previous wall, and make it as straight as I can with that line, which doesn't always work, but we're going to pretend it's working right now. Thank you, Waddle Waddles. Knocked over the ibuprofen bottle. You need to leave Loon Loon alone too, honey. She's not playing. She wants to lay down. Alright, so that looks pretty good, actually. I like having the edge of the right edge of that kind of almost touching the wall. That should work. Alright. Yep. And if they overlap too much, you're going to end up with huge gaps in your walls that you're going to have to start slowly finagling and repositioning and adjusting here and there to get it where you want it. Alright, so we'll do one more. I'm going to do it from this angle, grab it, slide it to the side. I like to re-angle it a little bit. If you can kind of get this part right, it almost does all the hard work for you. You do it enough, you think you'd get to where you're good at it, but still, it's not too bad. Working with the edges of the pylons is a little interesting, making sure it doesn't go up the sides of them. That's another reason why it's also helpful to have it positioned centered, so that you don't run into too much of the pylon being on one side or the other, making it difficult for you to build around it, if you're choosing to build around a pylon. Alright, that looks pretty good. We're definitely too far over. Grab it again, slide it. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. Checking my edge. It's probably a little closer to the edge than I'd like. I'd probably back it up a smidge, but I'm not going to fiddle with that too much. Okay. There is the third wall. Okay. Now, essentially you would keep doing this all the way around, when you get, like I said, to a part where you can't place it because it's too low. You just use this and place either one of these walls with a short wall, a half wall over it, above it, and then or at the top when you get building to the top. However you want to do to even it out for yourself, but definitely want to keep a open doorway on the bottom. That makes adjusting things a little bit easier, I have found. Alright, so we're going to put this one over here in the center. Whatever wall section you're working on when you're building up, building roofs, stuff like that, you'll want to make sure you have a foundation attached to the bottom wall. That makes making changes and stuff like that a lot easier. You can't build down with the walls, but you can build up with them. So I'm going to build up just 3 right now. And then you can start placing roofs. Let's see here, yeah. If it wants to snap. There we go. Alright, so that's going inward. Now, in order to put the half wall in, like that. Attach one of those. Okay. In order to get the half wall, what I have to do is take, let's say, where's the glass? Other glass. There it is. Alright. This is the one I'm used to using. Just 2 glass pieces to get this done. So you start with, I want to say that side. Let me make sure. No. Did that backwards. I'll get it, sorry. Alright, so, okay, that way goes up. So I want the upside going this way. Alright. Now let's, build me some stairs so I can see, kind of show what I'm doing. You don't have to build these stairs, I'm just doing it to make it easier for myself to hopefully get up here. Should have built 2 stairs. Yep. 2 stairs. That'll make it easier. Nah. Alright. So, once you have this here, you can remove... Nope. Break this. Oh, it has to be... What was it? That? Any one of those, I think. No, it has to be flat. That's what it was. Boom. There we go. Alright. And then... walls. Yeah. You can attach that. Here's a little bit of a gap in between this roof. There we go. And that, but all in all, it looks pretty good. So that is how I built the shape. Essentially, well, here, I'll show you. Just take this, move you over there. Nope, can't move that without moving these. Okay, go on to the next one. Another wall. And it's not gonna... shouldn't, at least. Let me place the roof, because it would be clipping into that one. So in order to get this to work, you have to destroy all of these pieces that you've already built, and then build the same thing next to it. Once you do that, it will clip right on in. So I'm going to build me a structure so I can destroy these without the help of my wife, who would normally go into PvP with me, and then she would destroy it for me, which is a lot quicker than what I'm about to do, which is build kind of a scaffolding so I can set up the what is it? Traps. The flamethrower trap to destroy what I have built. Or at least, you know, 3 things of what I built. So, see you guys in a second when I get this done. Okay. If you store the flamethrower trap, you no longer need the home improvement perk card in order to be able to build it. Just don't scrap it, just store it, and you will be able to keep rebuilding it for free, essentially. So, yep, alright, so there's that. And now I need to do the same thing to that wall, and there is fine, but I need to get rid of at least this and this if I want to build, so I'll get rid of both. Alright. So to do that, I need, this would be easier if I do a wall, and then a roof. Let's just do you as a flat one. There we are. Jump up here. Grab my flamethrower trap. Won't let you place it from there. Forgot about that. But, like I said, just go into stored. Place it down wherever. It may not be high enough, but it will be high enough to get this one. Let me grab that. Place that. And a half wall. This is much easier to destroy if it is angled. Geronimo. I'm sure there's a much easier way to do this than what I'm doing. I'm just trying to be quick about it. And let's see here. Turrets and traps. Nope, that's what I said earlier. Can't do there. Gotta go stored. See, even I don't get this right all the time. I've been doing this for years. Alright. Like I said, much faster if you have a friend destroy it for you. Store this. Alright, don't need that anymore. Don't need that anymore. Oh. Can't get rid of that until that. Get rid of you. Store you. You. I know. This takes forever. Okay. Now that we've got all that destroyed, I can build the same thing over here. So we're going to go back to roofs. I'm going to go up here to that one. Snap it in there. Because that one is destroyed, it allows the corners to clip into themselves. And then switch back to this. Put that in there. Repair. Replace. Repair. That. Okay. And let's see here. I need... no. This. Remember, the right goes up. I'm reminding myself. Alright, should be like that. And up. This roof we have to make a flat one. Then we can remove that wall. Put that back as what it was. And go back to walls. Short wall. Place it right there. Repair the broken one. I wouldn't advise repairing those until you've gotten both sides of it, because then you're going to have to destroy it again. But that's really all there is to it. And then you can build the rest of the roofs however you want. But essentially, the biggest trick is just trying to get don't start building the roofs until you've got the walls exactly where you want them, because redoing this over and over again, like I have, it takes a lot of time and can be a bit be quite a bit daunting. But let me know if you guys have any other questions. If there's any other tutorials you guys would like me to do. That should about take care of this. Thank you for watching. And hope to see you guys in live stream. Thanks. I'll show you why you want to build it. Essentially, how you build the roofs is entirely up to you. This was an aesthetic choice. I liked the dip down here to kind of see everything. I wanted to angle these up higher, but this is literally the top of my build. I can't build any higher. It puts me out of the workshop. So this was as high as I was able to build. Technically, that's kind of floating. Kind of. It's floating. Dining area, a little bit of music, super loud vendors. A little place to chill when I'm busy doing something else. Children's eating area. Little candy bowl. Thought that was cute. Looked like it's grabbing its tongue. Alright. Cooking stations, chemistry, all that jazz. Stash box, always fun. Like seeing all the stuff there. Alright, we've got the gaming section of our camp. Essentially, this is kind of a restaurant, bar and grill camp type thing. Dave and Buster's in the sky, if you know what that is. But, you know, post-apocalyptic. More games. What is that? Workbenches. More buff stuff. Free buffs. This was cute. This is the lamp and fish lamp inside of the other. Oh, what the heck is it? The TV aquarium. That's what it is. Wanted to put the fish tank inside of the fish tank, and it worked pretty good. I like the way it turned out. Okay, more workbenches, and that's really all there is. The structure, because it's so large, takes up a good portion of the budget. All right, shouldn't die. There we go.